I miss you so much. I love you. Today's Father's Day. Wish I could be there, but I'll be home for the next one.
This was the last heartfelt message an American dad sent home to his wife and kids. Except their home is now Russia, where dad is fighting on the Ukrainian front lines in Putin's army.
What's up, everyone? I hope you're all doing well today. In this video, we will be talking about the Texas family who moved to Russia because they believe that America is becoming way too woke, and things got real over in Russia because guess what? They put him on the front line, but we'll get all into it. So let's go ahead and get started. A Texas father who opposed what he called woke culture and LGBTQ education in schools moved his family to Russia, hoping for a more traditional lifestyle. Derek Huffman, a father of 6, left Texas with his wife, their 3 daughters, and their family dog, seeking Russian citizenship and what he believed would be a safer, more conservative environment to raise his children. To fast-track citizenship, Huffman joined the Russian military under the impression he would serve in a non-combat role. However, according to his wife, he was misled and instead sent to the front lines in the war against Ukraine. His wife now claims he was duped into fighting and is fighting for his safe return, reaching out to politicians for help. Are the politicians in question foreign, domestic, or both? At this time, that remains unknown. Meanwhile, Huffman's 3 sons from previous relationships remained in the United States. Huffman said, "Normally, it takes about 5 to 6 years for my family and me to get Russian citizenship through the regular process. First, we'd have to apply for temporary residency. After living in Russia for about 8 or 9 months under temporary status, we'd be eligible to apply for permanent residency. Once we have permanent residency, we'd need to live in Russia for another 4 to 5 years before we could finally apply for full citizenship. It's a long and slow journey. However, if I sign a military contract with the Russian army, we can skip all of that and get citizenship immediately." Derek's wife says he's been sick, which is making his situation even more difficult. She also mentioned that he messaged her saying they took money from him, the equivalent of about $100, though he used a different currency and she wasn't sure of the exact conversion rate. On top of that, Derek hasn't received any pay since joining the Russian military. She said he's been gone for over a month and hasn't been paid a single ruble, not even a bonus or a stipend. He's in need of money, but she can't send him anything right now because their family hasn't received any payments either. Until something comes in, they're stuck. In the spring, Derek Huffman moved his family to a small village outside Moscow. The area was part of a settlement project launched in 2023 by American blogger Tim Kirby, who has lived in Russia for over 20 years. The goal was to attract American families looking to escape what they see as liberal gender norms in the United States. However, the project has largely failed. According to reports by Russian outlet United 2 Media, only 2 families, including the Huffmans, have actually moved in. Authorities had allocated 30 hectares of land for the settlement, and early projections claimed that thousands of Americans were interested in relocating. But 1 year later, only 2 homes have been built, each housing a single migrant family. The homes were built using standard designs and fully paid for by the settlers themselves. Gas, water, and other infrastructure were also installed at their expense, with some additional help from Kirby's own funds. The total cost of purchasing a cottage with land was around $165,000. Kirby says the project is now stalled due to high costs, which are out of reach for most middle-class American families. For example, just connecting electricity to the settlement costs 172 million rubles, about $2.2 million. Kirby reached out to multiple regional governors for support, but none offered financial assistance. Before we dive deeper into this fascinating story, don't forget to like and share the video. Help the Beauty by Jen channel hit 10,000 subscribers. Your support means everything. And a big thank you to all our current subscribers. We appreciate you. There have been reports that Derek has been unalive while fighting, but I cannot confirm or deny that. And there is a phone call at the end of this video with him and his wife speaking on the phone. And she says that he is very alive and well, and that is just a rumor, and to not believe the rumors. He is alive and everything is fine.
Little updates, what's going on with me. I have joined the Russian military.
Meet the Huffmans.
All right, hello everybody, we are the Huffman family.
They look like a quintessentially American family, but earlier this year they made an unusual decision.
Making this video today to talk a little bit about why our family moved to Moscow from Texas.
Now, the father has joined the Russian army and is being sent to fight on Putin's front line.
They are going to put him on the front lines. He feels like he's being thrown to the wolves right now.
This Texan family moved to Moscow in search of a conservative Christian utopia, and they've been vlogging their whole journey. They say they are fleeing an American ideology that wants to control them.
I guess it started a couple of years ago with the LGBT indoctrination of kids.
We are just so blessed at this point in our lives to be away from the things that we feel are disrupting our children's lives and trying to change who our children are.
Russia launched a so-called shared values visa for foreign nationals last year. It grants individuals the right to apply for a temporary residence if they reject the destructive neoliberal ideological attitudes that contradict traditional Russian spiritual and moral values. On YouTube, the Huffmans have been proudly sharing the virtues of their new Russian life.
We went to the Moscow region and applied for our temporary residency and got our green card. Yay!
And now, the father Derek has enlisted in the Russian army to prove his commitment to his new homeland.
I have joined the Russian military. Big reason I'm doing it is for the citizenship. So if I sign a one-year contract and I go and serve it, my family and I all get Russian citizenship. And if I go put my body on the line for Russia, I defend the country, our new country. I've earned our place here.
He also says that he subscribes to the Russian war aims, quoting justifications common in Kremlin propaganda.
I believe in the Russian cause. Ukraine has been shelling and killing and persecuting its native Russian population. I won't sit here and act like I'm the know-it-all on the whole situation, but I know enough to know that Russia is just in their cause and they're doing the right thing. And this Nazi regime in Ukraine needs to be stopped.
But Derek is now being sent to fight for these causes sooner than expected.
He was told he would not be training for 2 weeks and going straight to the front lines, but it seems as though he's getting 1 more week of training and closer to the front lines, and then they are going to put him on the front lines. Not getting really any training because unfortunately when you're taught in a different language and you don't understand the language, how are you really getting taught? You're not. He feels like he's being thrown to the wolves right now.
This video emerged last month, and although the vlogs continue, we haven't heard an update on Derek's situation since. We reached out to the Huffmans to find out, but they declined an interview with The Telegraph.
So much. I love you. Today's Father's Day. Wish I could be there. But I'll be home for the next one.
This was the last heartfelt message an American dad sent home to his wife and kids. Except their home is now Russia, where dad is fighting on the Ukrainian front lines in Putin's army. It's a wild story that is playing out in real time on their YouTube channel, Huffman Time. Here's everything we know about the anti-woke family who fled the US to Russia and the dangerous turn of events they didn't see coming. It all began in March of this year when Derek Huffman and his wife Deanna moved their 3 daughters, ages 10, 11, and 12, across the globe to avoid woke ideology, including LGBTQ stories that they claim were being pushed at their kids' school in Texas. Using a special Kremlin-backed visa program aimed at right-wing expats, the Huffmans settled in the town of Istra outside Moscow. Moscow is also where the couple had honeymooned years before. Their new home? The American Village, founded by U.S. blogger Tim Kirby in 2023 for conservatives seeking to escape the liberal gender norm, although only 2 families have moved so far.
I truly have a bit of compassion for this family that moved to Russia. I have compassion because somewhere they believe the bullshit.
We are all praying really hard that he could actually be utilized for his skills and not just be put as a fighter. At first they were trying to petition that he would be able to be more like news reporter, but like in the military, and being able to just like report what's going on, and just be able to like tell the world what's happening from his perspective and what he's seeing, and that was denied.
That kind of reporting absolutely does not exist in Russia. Russia controls its news excruciatingly carefully.
And the foreigners unit is still being taught in Russian, and he doesn't understand Russian very well, so he's kind of struggling a little bit with that. Being some public figures to hopefully help in politics and be able to make it to where he can be put where he could be used more efficiently.
Russia does not work like the United States, where we can petition our politicians for help. It just doesn't work like that. It's very much a despotism, a tyranny. One person has all the control. Everybody else does what he says.
Messaged me that basically $100, 100 with 2 zeros. Sorry, I'll put the comment up. And so he's needing money, and I can't send him money right now because we have not received any payment yet. He's paying for supplies, or helping to pay for supplies. I was unsure because I was never told one way or the other about supplies.
I worry if something happens to him that she and their children will be able to come back to the United States, as in, will Russia let them out?
The safety factor was insane, having all the way down to kids being taken from you right in front of you. Like, there was a lot of unsafe things around children.
What did you do to avoid that? A move to Russia. What the dumb is this? Nobel Prize to this woman and her husband who decided to go to Russia for fucking safety. I'll just remind you, a few months after that family moved from Texas to Russia, the husband being gone. He's gone at this point. This is the greatest story I will show to every single American. I'll title it A Story About Bad Decisions. Moved to Russia for fucking safety. I cannot understand that. More than 1 million unalive and disabled men are already became victims of Putin's war. And what your husband decided to do? Join fucking Russian military forces. That's geniusly. I cannot even show genuine remorse to this man and his family, because come on, be fucking for real. If you want to leave, you don't put your head inside of a crocodile's mouth, right? That's exactly what you did. And now she's begging, pleading for help. There's nothing anyone can help you with, man. The best advice as a Russian I can give to this family is just move the fuck out. Back to Texas. And probably forget about your husband, because 95% he's gone at this point, because he's MYA, missing in actions. That's mean he's not with us anymore.
Everyone, it is time for thoughts and prayers. Today's thoughts and prayers go out to Derek Huffman, a 46-year-old man who, with his wife, 3 daughters, and dog, moved from Texas to Russia in an attempt to avoid LGBTQ indoctrination and woke ideology. And recently, in an attempt to fast-track his Russian citizenship, Derek joined the Russian military, even though he is 46 and has no prior military experience and can barely speak the language. But he is a welder, and he was assured that his welding skills will be put to use, welding for the Russian military or as a mechanic. And instead, they are sending him to the front lines in the war against Ukraine. All because he wanted to escape the woke in Texas. Now, there are many things I could say, but the only thing I will say is thoughts and prayers.
Remember Derek Huffman, the guy who thought America was too woke, so he moved his entire family from Texas to Russia, only to find himself being forced to fight in the Russia-Ukraine war? Well, recently he was moved up to the front line against his will, and he might have been unalived. And I understand that word doesn't really get you around the censors anymore, but I feel like he would be mad that I used it, so I used it. According to his wife, this isn't the case. She recently released a video in which she said that he is alive and well, but you gotta remember, she's also recording this from Russia, so there might be a scary looking dude right off the camera holding an open window, if you know what I mean. Either way, there's a lot of people online right now who are dunking on this guy for making this huge mistake, and I'm gonna resist that urge because there are 3 children involved in this. And my heart goes out to them. Imagine being forced to leave your home because your dad watched a Tucker Carlson video about a really nice grocery store. And while I'm usually in favor of leaving Texas for anywhere, not this anywhere. What I will say is this, Derek, you actually got that traditional lifestyle that you were after. See, traditionally, the little guy has always been at the mercy of the strong, powerful, and rich. You think the natural state of things is everyone having rights because you were born and raised in a country where people have already fought for those rights for you. I really don't want to upset you, but it was progressives who did that. Anyway, Derek, I hope you're still alive, and I hope you're sitting on the front lines of an illegal war right now, and you can console yourself with the fact that you saved your children from having to read a book about a penguin with 2 moms. All right, fine, I did a little bit of dunking. Just a little bit. I think I'm owed a little bit of dunking.
Another thing about this Derek Huffman thing. Did his wife not be like, honey, that doesn't sound like a good idea? Because I know if mine was like, I'm so tired of this. We got, they're indoctrinating our kids in school with LGBTQIA+. I'm not about it. We're going to go to Russia. I'd be like, we're going where? You can. I'm not going to Russia. Like, both of them thought it was a good idea? And then did anybody in their lives try to stop them? Like, again, I'm not understanding. It's not computing. There's just so many questions I have because what? Russia, the military, in an active war.
The Texan who just joined Russian military forces in 2025, he's gone. As a Russian, I'm telling you, he's gone because his wife right now pleading, begging for help. There is nothing anyone can help you with because he is almost 100% gone. The point is, when the salary stops going to your bank account from Russian military forces, this is the clear sign that he got lost on the battlefield. In Russian army terms, it's MIA, missing in actions. In reality terms, he's dead. No, they will not tell you the truth about that. I'm saying about Russian officials, they never do. Why would they do an exception for you? And that's kind of weird because I left Russia to move to Texas, and that guy, he just did exactly the opposite. Like, as a Russian person, I cannot fucking fathom that. That's insanity. You could have joined United States military forces if you want to be in the military and get 3+K each month after taxes. If you're just a Marine, not even an officer, and you will be alive and well. But instead, you went to Russia and joined Russian military forces just to FAFO that Russian army maybe is not the best place. It's not the topic of this video, but I will explain you why in details why Russian army is a bad place in my next video, so follow me to stay in the loop.
Going by Derek Huffman's wife, he has not been killed in combat. If you don't know who Derek Huffman is, he is the guy that took his wife and his 3 daughters and moved to Russia because the United States was too woke. So he moved them to Russia. And then he decided to join the Russian military, where they told him that he would be in no combats and he would do like an engineering job. They gave him 2 weeks of training and put him on the front lines. Definitely not an engineering job. So he is now on the front lines against Ukraine. Just right up on the front lines. He says he feels like he was thrown under the bus. I mean, why did he think he could trust Russia or their military or Putin? I absolutely feel awful for his daughters. Not so much his wife, because she has a mouth and she could have stopped it. He literally took his children from everyone they knew, everyone they loved, just because that one side that we know of is trying to make it seem like Russia is a good place and Putin's a good guy. Anyway, going by his wife, the rumors that's all over social media are false. He's alive, and for now, he's okay.
Everything went well today with your TRP.
Yep. I went in and I was able to sign the documents and add what I needed to add for the date and their number on it, and that was pretty much it. And then they gave me my new visa for me and the girls.
Yeah, that's so awesome. So nice that you having that. I know we'll do the citizenship when my contract is over, but having the temporary residency between now and then should open doors.
Yeah.
How's your mom like in Russia so far?
Dude, she loves it. She came full of gifts, as always.
Yeah, typical Bonnie.
Yes, bathing suits for all of us. So we walked down to the lake today, and it was just absolutely beautiful. Although I got eaten alive by mosquitoes, as per usual. And guess who went?
Don't matter what country we're in.
Dude, guess who went into the lake?
Probably Catherine.
Baby.
Oh, really? Baby ran in the water?
Dude,
How funny.
the whole walk, there was like all these little trench areas, and she kept going into the trenches and like just
Probably
splash.
feels good with her thick coat.
Dude, it was hilarious. Well, then we went down to the docks, and all of the girls and my mom jumped in, and they were swimming around. They actually swam over to where the sandy beach is at, and swam back. Dude, I was so proud of them. I was like, that is a long haul for them. Yeah. And
I know exactly where you're talking, where they're building that new resort.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
yeah, it was a good time. And then we walked down to where the boats go in the water, the dock where the boats go, and because I didn't want to put baby in the water on the dock, because if she didn't like it, being the first time, how would I get her out? You know what I mean?
Yeah, smart.
So we went there, and she went in, and then I think she's like started swimming around, and I think she got really nervous. So then, we went out, and then we went back in again, and she wouldn't go like swimming again. Like she was just like going to where it was like starting to come up, and once it was like touching her like undercoat, like the bottom of her, body, she was like, yeah, no, I'm done. And then was like trying to jump out. It was so funny. I was like, oh my gosh.
So the way she was with the snow, I'm not surprised she likes the water a little bit.
Yes.
And like I said, it's hot. If it's hot.
Well, it was her first experience ever playing around in the water like that. I was telling my mom eventually we need to get her a little baby pool so she can splash around, because she was really enjoying the splash aspect of it and putting her nose in it, but not the swimming aspect. I don't think she liked that.
Remember in Texas when you used to spray her with the hose? She loved running through the hose, back and forth. So.
Oh yes, 100%, 100%. It was really funny. Love it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
We don't get good reception here in heaven.
Yeah. Dude, I'm like still dying from all of that. Like the bag of potatoes. Dude, seriously, absolutely insane.
I know that to take a snippet of one of your grocery trips and use it as propaganda is insane, man.
Dude, I was dying.
I'm
Someone today, I even posted, I replied back. I was like, am I not allowed to buy potatoes? Like, are you guys like this far away from reality? Like, I can't even buy potatoes? Like, okay. All right, guys, whatever you say.
I guess I guess they haven't released the drone footage of my death yet, huh?
Dude, insane. The people saying that there is footage, but then no footage out there. I'm like literally scouring. I'm like, dude, it's got to be out there. Derek and I want to see this footage. This has got to be good.
I know. I want a copy to keep for you know,
yes,
nostalgia.
Exactly. For when you write that book.
The whole thing is nuts. I mean, the whole thing. I am just blown away at the level of hate.
Yep.
And you know, I'm only doing what I feel is right. You know, and most people don't have the guts to stand up and do what they feel is right. And it you know, I understand that they don't understand, but I mean, the level of hate for Russia is insane. I don't get it. The propaganda. I mean, people are just brainwashed, man.
Yep. There was even comments asking or telling me I need to make a video so I can prove I still own the channel and that it's not like being overtaken by government or something. And I'm like, what a weird thing to say. Like the
people still think
seriously?
They still think it's the USSR. They don't realize that
insane.
It's a different now. And the thing is, 99.9% of the people commenting and hating and saying all this stuff have never been here. You know, it's like, how can you even speak about a place you've never been? You don't know. You haven't been here.
Speaking of, somebody was commenting about how the people here are cold and distant and poor and all this stuff. And it's like, maybe the people you met, where did you go? And of course, crickets. And it's like, dude, literally, like, Larissa took me all the way.
They didn't come to Istra.
Dude, they definitely didn't meet any of the people we've met. Maybe we've just been really blessed and only met all the nice people that live in Russia and everyone else is terrible. But I highly doubt that because, like, I don't know, absolutely insane. Like, literally, she took me. Oh, yes.
When you live in a culture like America, I think they just can't comprehend that there's a place where people treat you with respect.
Where there could be nice people. Well, the propaganda around it, like everywhere you see anything about Russia is like stone cold faces. So they obviously must be cold people and they must not like you. And, you know, it's always fantasized that they're poor. And it's like, yes, there's poor people here, but there's poor people everywhere. And my mom was like, where's all the homeless people? And I was like, Mom, there's not homeless here. There's not homeless people here. Like, no, I've lived here and I've seen two. That's it.
I don't know all of the laws and stuff, but I feel like along the way, someone talked to me about that I think that's why everyone has to register at a place to live. Like we registered when we got here. I think everyone has to be registered to an address so that there aren't homeless. I mean, I'm sure there are homeless here somewhere, but most people, I think, have a place, and I think that's just part of the way the country's made, so that they don't have a homelessness problem. But I'm not 100% sure, but someone talked to me about that since we've been here.
Definitely seen homeless. There was, in the metro at one point, there was a homeless person behind, and I feel like at another point you had said something about that guy looks homeless, or maybe that guy's homeless or something, but it's nothing like America. All kinds of places in Texas, you see like homeless camps where it's like they're outdoor camping, but they're homeless. Like they have their grocery basket full of like their supplies and stuff. Like they're definitely, and it's not all over. I'm sure there's places that have no homeless, but it's very much all over where we were in Texas, in Humble, all over.
I mean, we laugh about it, but I'm still just really shocked at the level of propaganda. You know, we're nobodies from Texas. Like we're just average, pretty normal people. You know, we're nobody. We're not special in any way. We're not famous. Well, I'm getting there. I guess we're getting there. Now that we've gone viral or whatever, but you know, we're just normal people, and the level of lies that have been put out. Can you imagine, like, in the news? It's like, how can you trust?
Our children are starving, by the way.
Dude, our children are. That one's funny.
Dude, that one's amazing. I was like, oh, okay, then you better come take all my potatoes.
Dude, Dude, our girls eat so good.
Dude, it's absolutely insane. Like, there is a huge thing of fruit sitting on our table, and they just literally munch down on it. Vegetables, like porridge, like, oh, because I purchased some junk food in one of the videos, they're like, you really need to eat better. And it's like, just because I purchased some stuff that's not good doesn't mean they don't eat good.
Since we've been here, they've like broadened their horizons and tried and liked so many new things that, that in Texas, you know, they wouldn't try. You know, we're hesitant to try a lot of new things, and here they've been scarfing down all this new stuff and loving it, and like eating so much better.
Indeed. All the junk food we've like way cut back on too. Like, yes, they still have a bag of chips here and there. Do they eat chips every day? They do not. I mean, I have a bag of chips that's been sitting in there for almost 2 weeks now, uneaten.
The thing is you can't expect, you know, especially since there are some American brands here, you can't expect kids to just 100% like suddenly, you know, aren't going to want candy or chips or anything like that anymore. You know, of course they're kids. You know, I have no problem with them eating some of that stuff. I mean, here and there, it's not every day, like you said, but you know, it's insane. There's no reason they can't have a bag of chips here and there or a bag of Skittles once in a while. You know, when they've been good. I'm just blown away, man. But the lies that I'm dead is just like, I think the publication that put out that the drone thing, that I got killed in a drone strike or whatever, they were just some obscure. I've never even heard of them. Who knows where they're from? I think they're just publicity seeking. And breaking news, and now suddenly people know who they are because they put out the breaking news, but of course couldn't provide the elusive footage with it. But the thing is, they put out garbage that's obviously fake, and then it kills their credibility. So I think they did their job. They lied and said I'm dead, and there's footage. Millions or however many people, you know, clicked on their link and now know who they are, their publication or whatever. And so the job's done, I would assume. But it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad that people will know I'm alive. Like it's hard that I can't, you know, like make a video or something to defend myself, you know, and show people.
Dude, the amount of people asking for videos, and I have to sit there and be like, either just not answer because it's so overwhelming because there's so many people like telling me I need to put out a video to prove that you're still alive. And it's like, dude, the safety of my husband and his unit, like, you think that it's something I'm just going to publicize where my husband is located by making a video?
We're not allowed to make videos. I can't just make a video. Yeah. You get cell phones and stuff, locations can be tracked. I mean, this is a war zone. I can't make a video, but I'm glad that we've gotten to speak, and you'll be able to at least post a conversation, and people will know that I'm alive, and maybe
you want to say what today's date is, just so they know I'm not making it up. Let's see. Hold on. Let me look. Let me
look at my watch.
It's the 20. Oh, yeah.
Today is July 25th.
There it is.
Friday, July 25th.
Yep.
I mean, your mom just got here yesterday. Like.
Oh, I know. I mean,
I
haven't posted that yet, though. Like, I was gonna compile a whole video to like put it all together as like all the things, because I did a post on the channel that was like just telling everyone you're okay, and apparently that wasn't enough proof to tell them that you're alive, because it's like, dude, I'm living my life. Like, we're acclimating. We've got a lot going on. All the things that we're doing, like trying to like figure out just the ins and outs of life, and trying to get the girls where they need to be to go to school and get all the documentation in order, pick up visas. Yeah. Like, I'm honestly going and visiting all these different people in the village. Yuri's parents asked us to come over, so we went and had tea with them maybe a week ago. Like, we've literally just been busy. And when there's this many people around us that want to see us and spend time with us. They're helping us learn the language. They're really trying to help us with our acclimation, as well as just everyday life, like working, cooking, cleaning, learning the language, like sleeping, taking care of a dog. Like, I don't have time for all of this. And the one person, or maybe more than one person, was like, oh, if you have time to reply to a chat, then you have time to make a video, a quick video. And it's like, so tell me you don't have a YouTube channel without telling me you don't have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like,
I've seen you hours at night before I left making videos and editing for 2 hours, 3 hours a night. I mean, it's no easy feat.
Exactly. It's a task. So
but I have to go soon.
Okay.
I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
But I wanted some parting words.
Yep.
I wanted to say shame on all these people who are saying they're glad I'm dead, who, have seen the news.
Yeah.
And are saying they're glad I'm dead and I got what I deserved and all the negativity. Shame on those people, I'm doing what I feel is right. I'm earning our spot and respect in our new country. I'm serving my military with honor. I don't relish having to take life. For all the people saying I'm a Christian and yet I joined an army so I could go kill Ukrainians. I don't relish the idea of taking life. But I'm doing what I feel is right. And people ought to try that sometimes, step out of the box and do something extraordinary with your life instead of just being a sheep living in your bubble, on your computer or phone, harassing people you don't even know. I mean, it's sad and pathetic. And at the end of the day, God and my comrades have my back. I will be home safe. And I'm doing what I feel is right. So, and of course, I'm alive and well.
And our channel is not owned by the government, and no, I didn't receive potatoes or a lotta or whatever they think that I'm gonna get. Like, insane.
Well, I look forward to you putting out my voice and people getting to know that I'm alive, and maybe it'll wake some people up to understand how extreme the mainstream media lies. I mean, not even just, I used to actually, like on X, for instance, I used to follow people when we lived in America who I trusted and thought were good people. And some of these same people are posting my story in a negative light.
Telling lies.
It's like, man, even the independent bloggers and people are the same. I mean, it's sad. And it's pathetic.
Yep. It's true. Really?
But I love you and I love the girls. I miss y'all so much. As always, you're always on my mind, and counting down the days till my contract ends and we can get to a normal life and move forward. And I just nice to hear your voice, get to chat with you, and I'm so glad your mom is there. And I know you and the girls both really needed some family time and a boost, and with all the negativity going around, a nice little positive boost having your mom here. And, I mean, it's awesome. So,
indeed.
I don't know.
Truly blessed. Honestly,
I'm
truly
keep doing
blessed.
what I have to do and being vigilant and alert and making sure I stay alive.
Yep. All you can do, baby cakes.
All right, darling. Well, I'm going to run. I love you.
Sounds good. Love you too.
I know that was a lot. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.